Hello everybody. At the end of this video there will be resources. Human trafficking is a heinous crime involving the exploitation of individuals for labor or commercial sexual purposes. It is a global issue that affects millions, and the LGBTQ community faces unique vulnerabilities that make its members particularly susceptible to trafficking. This video explores the intersection of human trafficking and the LGBTQ community, examining the factors contributing to this exploitation, the experiences of victims, and the measures necessary to combat this crisis. Vulnerabilities in the LGBTQ community. Members of the LGBTQ community often encounter significant social, economic, and psychological barriers. These vulnerabilities may arise from rejection by family. Many LGBTQ youth experience family rejection, which can lead to homelessness and a search for acceptance in potentially dangerous environments. Discrimination and marginalization. Systemic discrimination can lead to limited job opportunities and financial instability, increasing the likelihood of engaging in high-risk activities for survival. Social isolation. Fear of stigma may isolate LGBTQ individuals, reducing access to critical support networks and resources. These factors create a milieu where LGBTQ individuals, particularly youth, become prime targets for traffickers who exploit their desperation. Trafficking dynamics and experiences. Human trafficking within the LGBTQ community takes various forms, including forced labor and sex trafficking. Victims often experience horrific conditions and significant trauma, compounded by societal stigma. Some of the key points for this include sex trafficking. LGBTQ individuals, particularly transgender women, are disproportionately affected by sex trafficking, often forced into prostitution. Traffickers may exploit individuals' gender identity or sexual orientation, subjecting them to violence and manipulation. Labor trafficking. LGBTQ individuals may also be trafficked for forced labor, including domestic work, where they face abuse and exploitation without legal protections. Heightened risk for transgender individuals. Transgender individuals face higher rates of violence and discrimination, making them particularly vulnerable. Many are driven to sex work as a means of survival, exposing them to trafficking. The psychological and social impact. Victims of trafficking in the LGBTQ community endure profound psychological trauma. Common experiences include, but are not limited to, mental health issues. Many suffer from anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. The stigma surrounding their identities can exacerbate these conditions. Distrust of authorities. Experiences of discrimination in legal systems discourage LGBTQ victims from seeking help, further entrenching their victimization. Reintegration challenges. Survivors often face difficulties reintegrating into society, including finding stable employment and accessing mental health resources, as they must contend with both their trauma and societal stigma. Combating human trafficking in the LGBTQ community. To address the human trafficking crisis within the LGBTQ community, comprehensive strategies are essential. Some of these strategies include awareness and education. Raising awareness about the vulnerabilities of LGBTQ individuals can help communities recognize signs of trafficking and provide support. Tailored support services. Developing support services specifically for LGBTQ plus, tracking down survivors, including safe housing and including mental health resources. It's all crucial. Legal protections. Strengthening legal protections for LGBTQ plus individuals and bolstering anti-trafficking laws can create safer environments for at-risk individuals. Community engagement. Collaborating with LGBTQ plus organizations can improve outreach efforts, ensuring that resources and support services are effectively tailored to the unique needs of this population. And training for law enforcement and social workers. Providing training that sensitizes law enforcement and social service professionals to a specific challenge faced by LGBTQ individuals can foster trust and lead to more effective interventions. Human trafficking is a critical issue that disproportionately affects the LGBTQ plus community due to systemic vulnerabilities and societal discrimination. It is essential for communities, policymakers, and support organizations to work collectively to increase awareness, develop targeted support services, and implement protective measures that acknowledge the unique experiences of LGBTQ plus trafficking victims. By empowering individuals and fostering safe environments, we can take significant steps towards eradicating human trafficking within this marginalized group and support the healing and reintegration of survivors into society. Only through concerted efforts can we hope to eliminate the stigma and isolation that contribute to the cycle of exploitation and trafficking within the LGBTQ plus community. And some of the resources that are available. You can visit the National Human Trafficking Hotline at humantraffickinghotline.org. They offer 24/7 hotlines for individuals needing help, providing crisis intervention, information, and referrals to local services. And the Trevor Project. You can visit them at thetrevorproject.org. They provide crisis intervention and suicide prevention services specifically for LGBTQ youth. Their resources can help connect survivors to additional support. Lambda Legal. You can visit them at lambdalegal.org. And their focus is on legal representation and advocacy for LGBTQ plus individuals, including those experiencing or recovering from human trafficking. The Polaris Project. You can visit them at polarisproject.org. They work to combat human trafficking and empower victims. They offer resources and a wealth of information on trafficking issues affecting the LGBTQ plus community. Safe Horizon. They can be looked up at safehorizon.org. They provide comprehensive support for survivors of violence, including LGBTQ plus specific resources. They offer counseling, legal assistance, and housing support. And STAR, Sex Workers Outreach Program. They can be reached at swopusa.org. And they focus on the rights of sex workers, including those who identify as LGBTQ. Provides harm reduction services, advocacy, and community support. Then there is the Anti-Trafficking Alliance of Greater Orlando, the ATAGO. They can be reached at tragog.org, and they offer support specifically for survivors of trafficking in Central Florida, with an emphasis on the LGBTQ plus individuals that are in need. There's another one, it's called I'm Alive. They can be reached at imalive.org, an online crisis network that provides emotional support via chat and text for individuals in crisis, including LGBTQ plus survivors. They also have like some workshops and stuff. Then there's Out for Safe Schools. They can be looked up at outforsafeschools.org. And they provide educational resources and advocacy aimed at creating safe environments for LGBTQ plus youth, reducing vulnerabilities to trafficking. And then, of course, the Trans Lifeline. They can be reached at translifeline.org. It is a peer support hotline ran by and for transgender individuals, providing emotional support and connecting callers with local resources. This last one here, the Trans Lifeline, they cover a huge thing when it comes to being trans. They have a little bit of everything for everything. So that's not just human trafficking specifically. Have a great day, everybody.